Hi everyone, hope you're well. It is Wednesday the 18th of September 2013 and for a lot of the day I wasn't very productive in the morning, played lots of games. I did record a little bit of Quakecraft, however, with no dialogue or anything. I just recorded every game I played and saved the ones where I won. So I might upload some Quakecraft videos with commentary added on afterwards in a similar style that Call of Duty players make videos sometimes with the commentary on afterwards. I might have to go and look at some of the better ones to see exactly what they do, however, but I think it might be quite funny to do that with Minecraft content. But anyway, but in the last couple of hours I did kind of get my act together and force myself to do some work on my dice game I ended up deciding to do. And I've talked about this before in a video called Putting in the Hours, I think I called it, which I went and just looked up. It was 14th of August, I think it was. Actually, I might... Oh, no, I don't have it here. But it's basically just going to reiterate more or less the same thing today, that I was really feeling... You know, I left it most of the day. I wanted to be productive today. Like, I want to be productive in my heart, or maybe in my head. But just emotionally, I just felt like I wasn't in a creative mood. You know, I just felt completely blank, and I thought, well, I want to do some work, but I just don't feel inspired, you know. And then it got to about, later in the afternoon, about 5, I think it was, a few hours ago, and I thought, I've wasted the whole day. I haven't done anything at all today. So apart from record a bit of Minecraft, which I may or may not upload, so I thought, well, I'll just open the files and stare at them, because that's what I've done before, half convinced that, I was just gonna like give it a try, try and force myself to do something, and then if I really, and then I'll give up, because once I've stared at it for a bit and I'm still not inspired, I'll give up. But of course, what happens is once you're sitting there and you're staring at it, you start going over it, and you just start working, and just ideas, you start getting into it. So yeah, it's really good. So I've actually done some really good work on my dice game, organised it a lot more down from sort of like the clutter of ideas at the moment, turning it into like actual solid rules, and like deciding, making decisions of which ideas to go with for now. And one kind of choice in particular that I made allowed me to just go through the whole thing, and as you delete just a whole bunch of clutter in ideas and options and stuff that were kind of this one overall choice I'd made just kind of dictated a lot of other decisions, down the list of ideas and things. And also, there's also like a lot of repetition and stuff, which I managed to cut out, and it's easier to spot and cut out the more organised it becomes. And it's quite scary, though, where you have a whole big file full of ideas and thought and stuff, and then you're boiling it down and picking the best idea, and so you end up with something really simple. And there's always a bit of my brain that goes, I hope people realise how much work goes into, this seemingly simple thing actually has a lot of thought behind it. But I guess, if it plays well, then people recognise that, design's gone into it, and sometimes things that seem the simplest are actually the cleverest designs, because the best stuff always seems obvious in hindsight, but because it just works. But actually getting it to that point is really tricky. So so I'm really happy with that, and I'm going to go and do some more now. I just figured I'd record this and get it out the way. Also, looking back at... I went and looked at, this video, but I talked about this concept before of just actually forcing yourself to do the work, and then you find you actually get into it. Oh yeah, what I was going to say is the more I do it, the more I force myself to do work and discover this amazing ability that once you start forcing yourself to do something, the inspiration comes. Like, the more the more I do that, the more I'll remember that in the future, and the less I'll ever feel uninspired. You know, that'll kind of be almost like not a consideration. The more I just recognise that just simply doing something, I get into it, the less I'll see any mood or emotion or lack of inspiration before working, the less I'll see that as relevant to the situation, you know. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Anyway, I also noticed, looking back at this old video, I was thinking how I've really almost been doing this for 6 months now, and this is quite scary because it doesn't feel like that long. I was thinking, what have I achieved? And that's half a year. Quickly, so I'm going to go back and watch a bunch, I think, now, because that's my point of doing this, is to keep track of my progress and things. And I think giving a brief look, I think I was working on completely different projects 6 months ago and stuff. One game in particular that's been put to the side for the moment. So I've kind of, in some ways that might feel like a failure. In other ways, it's like I've picked up other projects like this dice game I'm feeling really good about, and I really believe in it. And I've also more recently come to this decision to really chase making this drama series next year, which is also a project that I am super excited about. My ideas for it aren't developed enough to talk about, but one idea I'm thinking of doing as the overall kind of plot and setting and everything, I'm so excited about. I can't remember last time I was so excited about something, but I don't want to talk about it just yet, until it's more developed. And I might end up not going with it. It might be too ambitious, but I'll see. Anyway, that's 7 minutes, so I better leave it here. So just message for the day is, even when you're uninspired, just put in the hours again. I might even call this putting in the hours too, just so when I browse videos for my own reference later, I can just see that as that's the reoccurring idea today that I need to remember in the future. Hope you're well. I'll see you tomorrow.